cracking. Really pleased with that. Feels like a good one. Nice roach. If you use these methods, you're never going to blank again. Thanks for choosing to watch the video, and if you don't want to blank on the river, then this video is for you. Now, the title and the thumbnail, yeah, it's all a bit clickbaity, isn't it? But really what I'm covering in the video is how you can minimise your chances of blanking by targeting a fish or some fish that are quite accommodating, and using methods that will work right the way around, right through the seasons, right through the year, tried and tested methods to put you in the best position to never blank on the river. So let's start with targeting those fish that are really quite accommodating, and one of those that is accommodating right the way through the year has to be the chub. I'm just doing a bit of trotting of maggots. I didn't expect anything like this, but this bruiser of a chub came along. What a cracking fish. We'll go into tackling tactics in a bit, but for now, let's hit the river. Here we go. Lovely. So, fine line of floats. First time out. Having an awesome time catching chub. Trotting. Particular glide, I'm not having to even open the bail on. Not really, I'm just mending the line. As it gets towards the bottom of the run, I might open the bail on. Very slow. So yeah, about now, mend the line, and now I'll open the bail on. Just feed the line off a little bit at a time. Oh, just got a little bite there. It's a small fish. Just keep mending the line. Okay, now I've normally had a bite by then, so I just bring it in. Keep feeding those maggots. Don't need a catapult because it's not very far out that I'm fishing. Flip the bail arm open. There we go. Oh, missed it. That was a good bite. There we are. So a nice chub, just feeding maggots. Float slid away, cracking, really pleased with that. So let's be clear, this isn't a chub fishing video. This is about making sure that when you go to the river, you catch fish. Let's go with a bait that everything eats. And for me, that's got to be either maggots or worms. If you're using red maggots, then everything eats it. You know, you're going to catch roach, you can catch rudd, you can catch perch, you can catch chub, you can catch barbel, carp, you can catch everything on maggots. Similarly with worms. So yeah, for me, if I'm going to use a bait on the river where I want to go home with something, I would definitely go with either maggots or worms. Now, certainly one method that is going to maximise your chances of going home with something on the river is trotting maggots underneath a float. Now, the kind of trotting setup that I like on the river, I like to use a 13-foot rod. Onto that, you can either use a centre pin or fixed ball reel, and I think a good general sort of breaking strain for me is about 6 pound line. Now, you could step that to 8 pound if you think there's more substantial fish in the stretch, but I think 6 is quite a good starting point. Onto that, You can use a specie stick or the fine liner floats. Choose the weight of the float depending on the depth of the water and the speed of the flow. Good starting point might be around about 2 or 3 grams. Get an olivette that obviously matches the weight of that float. And I like to have a quick change swivel, so then I can just very quickly change the breaking strain of the hook length. I like a size sort of like 14 or 16 hook, and just nick a couple of maggots onto that. So I'm going to stick my neck out here. I'm going to say you're never going to blank again. If you use these methods, get on the river, trot a float down, lots and lots of maggots, and yeah, you'll have just massively reduced your chances of ever blanking on the river, regardless of what time of year it is. Got there. Oh, nice roach. The key to fishing this way is those maggots. Keep them going in little and often. Make sure you've got a waste pouch, put all your maggots in there. You don't want to be getting up and down out of a box and stuff like that. Make sure you've got a pouch, yeah, and just keep them going in. The other thing that I would say is master this method in the autumn, because it really does kick in the winter. You know, some of those smaller fish, they start to back off. They're not as active in the winter, those smaller fish, which I have found that in the autumn, I'm catching a bit of everything, and then in the winter, those smaller fish can disappear, and that's when you can start to catch some of those bigger fish on maggots, like really nice chub and even barbel. Just mending the line. Such a slow flow through this bit at the moment. Just mend the line again. Missed that one. Okay. Oh, that's got to be another chub. Oh, feels like a good one. That feels like a big fish. Hopefully it is a chub, because it feels pretty big. Yep, it's not huge. Good sport though through here. Regularly getting chub. There we go. Hopefully it'll pop up. Woo! Oh, he's got a bit of a stick with him. But he's there, stick and all. There we go. And the thing to do here, even though he's down in the net, keep those maggots going in. There we are, there's another one. Really on the maggots now. Yeah, only in the water for 5 minutes after putting back that other fish. Just keep trickling those maggots in, and fish like this will just keep coming. So there you go. Certainly using maggots under a float like this has massively reduced the amount of blanks that I have on the river, even through winter. So yeah, like I said before, everything eats maggots. They're absolutely a perfect option, particularly in winter, when you want to go out and you just want to catch something. But that's me done. If you enjoyed the video, please remember to like and subscribe and all that stuff, and I will see you in the next one.